Hi, welcome to Doris and Kids. If you're new here, my name is Doris. I'm a mom of four. And if you're not new here, thank you so much for sticking around with me and watching my video, encouragement and commenting. You have been a blessing that I didn't know I needed, especially everything going in my life. I just need people that have experience, people that are more mature than me and know what they're talking about to give me some advice and help me raise my kids and just help me think outside my little head. And I have loved reading and comment. Now, I know I comment, reply to all the comments, but I have loved reading, comment, and encouraging words and prayer you have been doing for me. Like, seriously, I'm so thankful for that. And I'm so blessed that God put you into my life. So, this video is a live update video to let you know what's going on. Because I haven't posted my budgeting video or my food video, nothing like that, the last 2 weeks, just because I've been busy. And I wanted to explain to you why I've been busy. And I have an awesome news to share with y'all. Uh, because if you've been on my channel for a while, you know what I've been doing. I've been doing pre-credit classes to apply to nursing school. And I've been praying about it. And I told God, you know, because, I have my bachelor's degree in criminal justice and political science. And I did not discuss that with God. I did not pray to God about it. I just went to school because, after high school, you should go to college. And I choose the major because it makes sense to me. That's what I was feeling at that time. I didn't know what I would see myself. I didn't know where I was going to see myself after the degree. I was, I can go to law school. You know, it's easy. That's the top thing next to being a doctor is, to be a lawyer. So I was like, I'm just going to be a lawyer, but I never really had a reason as to why I wanted to be a lawyer. So then when I did my internship at the DA office for like 6 months, I hated the whole concept of what lawyer job entail of. And I was like, why? So now that I'm more mature and I'm thinking about going to the medical field, I prayed to God about it. Like that was my number one prayer to God. God, is this what you want me to do? Is this what you want me to do? And if I got a job, my current job, and right now I pray to God, God, if that's what you want me to do, because I want to work in a hospital setting to see if this is what I want to do. Open that door for me. And I went to that interview and I got a call and I got a job and I said, okay, thank you, God. I'm trusting you in this process. So then I did this school and I didn't pass some classes because of the whole husband leaving and not having anyone to watch kids and scheduling and things like that. So then that set me back and I said, I don't think it's what you want me to do, God. And I started not trusting the faith I have in God. But I continue going to school because the kind of person I am, when I start something, I always finish it. That's just how I am. I don't know when to give up. So I kept going to school, but my heart wasn't in it. I didn't trust this, the field God wanted to be in. So then I went back to praying again. I was like, God, please restore my faith in you. If this is what you want me to do, you know, open the door, let me see. And I started pushing. And anatomy classes is hard, especially if you come from a law background and you know nothing of science, chemistry, and science classes. It's just a different way you have to learn stuff when you're taking anatomy one, anatomy two, and macro pathophysiology. Those classes, it ate me alive. But I prayed about it throughout, and I told him, I said, God, I'm only going to apply to two schools. Okay, I'm going to apply to the first one, and if I don't get in, I apply to the second one. If I don't get in, that's you telling me nursing is not what you want me to do. You already told me that medical field is what you want me to do, but there's different things I can do in the medical field. I'll say that's you telling me in nursing school, nursing is not what you want me to do. So before I apply, I pray. I'm going to apply to this one school. I'm going to apply to this one school because when they send out the decision letter, I still have time to apply to the second school, and I apply to that, and then that will let me know if nursing is what God wanted me to do. So I took the classes because I have the GPA and I have the degree for the accelerated program. So the accelerated nursing program is basically when you already have a bachelor degree and you're going for a second bachelor degree, and it's a fast-paced class. It's a fast-paced degree. It usually go from 12 months to 60 months. And the program I applied to Texas Tech, is based in Lubbock, but they have a local nursing medical school here. And I wanted to stay here, because I have my kids here. I don't have to travel for clinicals. So that was the first school I applied to, and I prayed to God about it. And y'all, I got accepted into the nursing program. It's a conditional accepting, so I have some things I have to do before my classes start on January 8th, I think. It's on a Thursday, the first Thursday of January 2025, and I think that's on the 8th. And I'm just so excited. I thank God for allowing me the faith to trust Him, for opening the door for me. I'm just, yo, I don't know how to explain. I cried when I opened the email, and I had to click. So it sent me an email, say click here to see our decision for you. So then I had to log in, which was taking a long time because my internet was slow, and I was like freaking out. I'm like, Lord Jesus, I did not get in. I have to pay another money because you have to pay money to apply to school. It's not free, and I'm already broke, so I have to pay money to apply to Beta University. That was my second school that I wanted to apply to because it's all online and it'll find clinicals for me locally. So I have to apply and pay all this money, Lord, and I'm like going, and then I log in, and then I have to click another link that took me to the decision. And when I click on it, it's a big bold print. I said, "Congratulations." And I didn't read the rest of it, so I just dropped my tablet. I thank God I didn't break. I just dropped it and I started crying. And that was like the first time in my life that when something good happened, I started thanking God. A lot of time like jumping around and calling people, but that was the first time I was like, "Thank you, God," and I went on my knee and I just started thanking God for my decision, for He allowed me to go into that. I was crying, and I didn't want the kids to see me, so I went outside and I'm sitting in front of the door. I closed the door and I'm like on my knee, and my neighbor came out because I have neighbors in the African, which is great. I'm not saying on the races it's not good. It's different when you have somebody from the same continent, have same culture background. But my neighbor's African, and she's a Christian. She saw me and she ran. She ran to me. She said, "Okay," because I'm on my knee and I have my hand in the air. And I'm like crying. She said, "You okay? You okay?" I said, "I'm okay. I'm okay." She said, "Why are you crying?" What? And she got on her knee and what she said, "What do I need to pray about?" And I said, "I got accepted into nursing school." And she just hugged me and she said, "God is great. God is great." And I said, "Yes." She said, "I didn't even know you applied to nursing school." So then I told her, I said, "Yeah, I prayed to God about it." And she just like happy for me. I'm happy. I'm crying. But anyway, moving forward to after I let everything sink in, that I got accepted into the program, I went back and it's a to-do list of things I have to do. And I'm like, oh, yeah, so it's a conditional accepting. I'm already in 2 classes because when I applied, they told me I needed those 2 classes and they would send a decision, but I have to get it done by December 20, I think. I think that's when the semester's over with for this school year. And I said, I'm already enrolled in those classes, and I sent it to make sure it's exactly what it needed. So I'm already in those classes. I'm in last span and art appreciation. I did take art appreciation for my bachelor's degree because that's required in Texas, but I got a D in it. And my previous college didn't really care. D was a passing, but the nursing school required C or above in all your classes. So I have to retake that. And then last span, I just haven't taken it. So I'm taking that. So I have to take those 2 classes. And I also have to have my certified nurse assistant certification, which I'm doing right now. And it's a 7-week class, 3 days a week. It's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So Saturday is from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then Tuesday and Thursday is from 5 to 9. So that class is taking a bulk of my time. That is another reason I haven't really done anything on YouTube because I'm focusing on that. And then it's a little bit hard for me than other people just because I don't have any medical background. Even with me being an ER, and doing the clerk work is different than actually doing a nurse assistant job. So I have to watch a lot of videos how to do different skills. I have to get multiple skills checked off every day, and I have to have a test every day. I have homework. It's just a lot of busy work and a lot of things that I haven't done before that I'm doing. So it's taking a bulk of my time. And then with that, I had to get some shots, which if anyone that know me, I don't do shots at all. It's just my belief. I like to keep my body clean, trust God, and trust my immune system because I'm a very healthy person. So I don't do shots. So I had to get my first flu shot. There was no exception in that. I even called multiple people and try to see, but the facility itself is a private owned facility as to where we're going to be doing my clinical. So I had to get that shot. So I had to get my shot and I put it off as long as possible. I did that yesterday and my whole arm hurts. I'm so glad I have no reaction from it because I have a lot of reaction from a lot of things. That's one reason I eat clean and healthy. Just a lot of things in America. I don't know what it is. Even the chicken from the store, I have issue with that. But there's no reaction to it yet. So I'm so happy for that. But I had to get my shots, different kind of shot takes and things like that for me to be able to do the clinicals because I have to get the clinicals for me to get my certified assistant, my CNA certification, and I need my CNA certification to start nursing school in January. So that's one of the conditions. So I had to do that. I had to get shots, you know. So yeah, so that happened, and I have to get my CPR qualification. I have one, but it is expiring next month, and that have to be valid when I start nursing school. So I have to redo that, and I have to take those 2 classes. And the classes is not a hard thing. It's just one of the classes is required essay all the time, and they use APA format, and I haven't used APA format at all. I've been using MLA format through my whole college life, so this is new for me. And another thing, you would think this would be easy for me because we use Emboside. I cannot write essay. No, I can articulate what I read. I can debate with you. I can tell you my point of view verbally. But when it comes down to writing a paper, my brain freezes and I have an issue with that. So throughout my college life, even before I started homeschooling my kids, it was very hard for me to write my essay. My essay was so horrible that the professors at my criminal justice noticed that in class when we're discussing things and debating, I have very strong points. But when it came to writing paper, I didn't. So then it started coming asking me to the office for me to explain the paper and how like I could explain it better more verbally. So they started grading me off for that because they knew, the kind of student I was. And then they just knew that was my weak point was articulate what I'm thinking on paper, but I can do it very verbally in debate and things like that. So that was the only reason I was able to finish with my criminal justice program, just because my professor got to know me and they knew the kind of person I was. They knew I wasn't lazy. They just knew I had issue with writing paper, and that was my weak point. Just because I didn't really learn that in high school. In high school, I was focused on learning how to read English because when I came up here, I didn't went to school, so I had to learn my alphabet and all that thing in high school. So I was trying to do that while trying to take high school level classes. So I really wasn't focused on having a writing essay skill. I was focusing on just barely passing my classes and finishing high school, which I did. I left high school with a 3.0 GPA, but just a lot of weak points that I didn't have the time to develop and be better at. And one of those things are writing essay. And this class requires a lot of essays. So I'm a little bit worried about that. So I'm spending a lot of time trying to do that because I need to have a C or above in those 2 classes for me to be able to start nursing school in January. And then also I have to do fingerprints. There's just a list of things that I have to do for the classes to start. I have to have insurance, which I do at my job. I was thinking of going PRM and just cutting back my hours to be able to focus in nursing school. Now I can't really do that. I'm gonna have to keep my full-time job to be able to get insurance. So with all the to-do list, I had to decide what was more important to me right now in my life, my school, the CNN thing, working, and my kids, or YouTube. And I had to cut back. And YouTube was the one I let go because at the end of the day, my kids is the most important job God has blessed me with. So I'm going to focus on them a lot. And then I also need money. So then my job and then the CNN thing is just I had to cut back on things, and YouTube and exercising and sleeping. Those things went away. Also, the other decision I have to make when we get into accepting nursing school and what everyone is telling me I need to do. Like, I'm not joking. Everyone, whenever I tell them I got accepted into nursing school, except for 2 people, they're like, yeah, you're gonna have to put the kids in public school. You're gonna have to put the kids in public school. You cannot do nursing school while homeschooling the kids. Or if I talk to a student, I went through the program and they found out I homeschool, yeah, you're gonna have to put your kids in public school. You can't do this program, while homeschooling your kids. So I've been hearing that like all week. So that is the decision I have to make of putting my 10-year-old and my 8-year-old in public school, too, and then finding a daycare for my 5-year-old because he can do public school because his age cut off. So that's something I'm praying about. I'm trying not to allow my prejudice against public school or my emotions or a lot of things affect that decision because right now, if you ask me, are you gonna put your kids in public school? I will tell you I'd rather be deprived of sleep than putting my kids in public school. And I know that it's not healthy. So I'm trying to leave that decision up to God and see what He wants me to do. Because the people that teach at my public school up here, I know a lot of teachers that teach at the public school up here. They are good people. People that go to my church, just good all around people. It's just like the whole structure and knowing my kids. Like my 8-year-old, he does school with his feet in the air, hanging off the couch. He does jumping jack. He randomly just get up and run and then come back and do his schoolwork. He's not going to be allowed to do that in public school just because that's going to be distraction to 20 plus kids that one teacher have to deal with. So I understand. So then, I'm worried about that. I'm worried that it may tell me to put him on some kind of medication to calm him down. There's just a lot of things I'm worried about. So that's kind of preventing me from saying, okay, I'm just going to put it in public school because that would be easy for me. Although I'm not going to neglect the fact that if I put my kids in public school, I'll have a babysitter for 9 hours and then I can sleep, I can study. That will be good for my health. That'll be good for the program. But like I said, my emotion and just the way I view government, I just don't like government in my life. So I don't like government dictating what my kids learn and how my kids behave. I want to raise my kids Christ center, and that's something I don't want to leave up to a government. And just that way of me thinking is preventing me from me to just be like, okay, I'm gonna put in public school comes December or comes January. That is very hard for me. So I'm leaving that to God for God to help me make that decision. If that's what He want me to do, for Him to allow me to accept and for me to allow him for me and for him to allow me to trust that they're going to be an environment, they're going to be good people, and they're going to be okay for 12 months. I need to accept that. So I'm praying about it so if you can pray to, so if you can pray for me also with this decision, that would be great. That's the best thing you can do is pray for me to have clarity, for me to trust what God want me to do because I did trust it with the nursing school and I got accepted about the going. So I need to trust the rest of the process in His hand instead of allowing my emotion to dictate what I'm going to do because my track record does not really have very good result of me making decision without praying to God about it and me trusting Him. So I don't want to fall back into that. But my emotion is very strong and my prejudice is very strong against government and so with that, I'm not going to be posting as much video as I would like. I'm going to try to still do my budgeting and I'm going to try to do my beginning and my closeout budget. For me, a video is not hard as much as editing the video. That's what takes a lot of time. So if I can find a way how to edit a video, I'll be posting more of that because I do want to post more of my video because I'm broke. It'll be good to have a subscriber and YouTube can pay me, but at the same time posting video and getting feedback and comment back and things that people that know better have more kids, more mature than me, advice they give me. That is a community I need right now. I want to keep that community open. It's just right now my kids are the most important thing to me, so I need to focus on that. I have a lot of video I made. I haven't edited. I need to edit it. So if I can find time to edit, I'll upload it. And my uploading schedule is not going to be very routine. It's going to be all over the place because I'm going to just edit when I can and then post it when I can. So it's going to be kind of irregular for a little while until I figure everything else out that's going on in my life. So I'm going to just cut this before I start talking more and more. But thank you so much for sticking around and watching my video. Please comment down below if you have any suggestion how I can move forward with this new season in my life. And please say a prayer for me to just have clarity and just accept God's decision. Okay, thank you. And I hope you have a blessed day.